As we enter into today's session, we would like to examine Dolloway Marketing and our vision. Dolloway Marketing is an organization that has embarked on unifying affiliate marketers and training those interested in becoming affiliates, as well as coordinating and working with our partners. At Dolloway Marketing, our vision is very simple. The steps in which we would take to get there is also very simple. Firstly, with regards to the affiliates, we provide training. Firstly, the reason for this training is quite simple. In training, you would be taught social media marketing and cybersecurity training. This is so that you would learn to create a platform. This is the reason. You would learn to create a platform or a presence online, a digital presence, and you would be able to protect that asset from cyber crime and cyber conmen. In doing so, we set a high standard and a high quality, high caliber team of affiliates or marketers. This knowledge can not only be used and should not only be used for Dolloway Marketing business, but we strongly advise that the affiliates use this knowledge to build their own business as well. In doing so, we have successfully achieved our core vision, which is primarily to help those that need residual income. Residual income is an extra source of revenue outside of a job for those that would want to know what that means. With residual income, the earning is not necessarily regulated. Therefore, this means to say, this month I may make $5,000. Next month I may make $2,000. The other month, $40,000. So, what is usually done? You would monitor your business on an annual basis. So, this is what is meant when we said that this is what we'd like to offer to you. Just how are we going to do that? After the training, we would be brought to the partner, one of our affiliates, but one of our partners. And on a basis of the already existing agreement between the partner and our organization, we would introduce you to their product or service, where you would make a commission based on the agreement that we have made with you as the affiliate. This is done to ensure that the affiliate not only has the opportunity to be exposed to a training module and knowledge resource, but they would also have the opportunity to put that to work immediately, which is unique by any standard for the most part. And the reason for this is simple. I can attest that our training is of the highest caliber. Reason for this is simple. Myself, being the owner of Dolloway Marketing, having been awarded by the Parliament to host, after hosting and assisting in marketing training in the past, have come to realize that the caliber of professionalism being given for now freely is profound. And on the basis of that, this is where the value is at. Not only that, the personnel that will train us in cybersecurity, that professional has a vast knowledge in the field as well as a security firm. With that being said, you begin to understand that it is not something that came about on a fly-by-night basis. Now you would notice in our content, our videos are full of only original content, from the audio to the videography to the photography. It's only original content. A lot of work has been put into this. After the said training, on this day, the 12th? All right. On this day, the 12th of March, 2023, after this training, between this month of March and April, there will be a fee. And it really breaks my heart to have to add a course to this. But it came about due to the fact that when we offer this course freely, those participants that volunteered to be in the particular training did not attend. So therefore, because the product appeared to have no value, it appeared to be cheap, but it is not, I assure you. The content alone would cost hundreds or thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, or thousands of dollars, right? So this is why we are going to add a course, and not because we need to put back in what was put out only, but because in order to seek your interests, this strategy was devised. I do apologize to those that may have enjoyed the benefits of the free training in the past. Moving aside from training, in today's segment, we have already entered into what is Dolloway Marketing's vision. Who is Dolloway Marketing? Dolloway Marketing came into being after approximately 5 years of social media marketing. Immediately, we made an agreement with 104.7 FM, where we did work for that radio station. And then we made a partnership and other partnerships with other entities that would be introduced to you shortly, right? These entities would provide the revenue you desire. As we know, this is why you came to be trained, to create a source of extra residual income. So in today's training, we will enter into the social media aspect of things. So, firstly, social media marketing is not what it appears to be. Social media marketing does not necessarily need to be a costly business venture. The reason for that is simple. There are two ways to create potential streams of income using the social media. One way is paid advertising, which is a very wise thing. And the other way is generic advertising. Now, let's enter into paid advertising. So what would happen? You would set up an account just as you would set up an account. How you set up an account is very self-explanatory based on the app's instruction. These apps take you through the process of how to set up your account. As to what content you put there, we would assist you in getting the eye-catching content that would get people not only to your page, but to do business with you. using a technique called traffic funneling. Right. So back to the paid advertising. Once we get past that point and you have ads, you would see the option to enter a credit card or a debit card in your business account. You can do so. This is how you would pay for your ads to be run. Now, with regards to this particular business, you need to be wise in the selection of your audience. Firstly, because of the caliber of the partners and the type of business, which is very lucrative, you cannot select regions demographically to market to that are rural or lower class. We primarily focus on the middle class and the upper class because of the quality of the product. Not that we would not do business with the lower class, but the fact remains that the financial gap that the lower class would earn would not be very easy for them to acquire certain items such as real estate, housing, which can be done. Now, what I said before was true. With regards to the maintenance services that we do offer, this can be marketed across the board. There are other opportunities on the table besides these things. So this is where we would focus on. After that, we would monitor the data based on the area selected and make a decision as to where to sponsor more ads to target. Not based on reaction, comments, questions, but based on actual deals. We do not do deals based on how much likes, how much follows, and how much this. We do deals on where we would have entered escrow the most, where we would have gotten clients interested in land the most. Where this is where we would focus on, because this is where the clientele is interested in a particular product, right? So by monitoring this, I would know for us in Trinidad, okay, West Moorings is a good place. The West, Central, certain areas across the board, there would be a good community where money would be circulating, and we would focus there. Now, with regards to maintenance, painting, etc., anything to do with maintenance, we would try across the board. Here's the good thing. This is what's different about us at Dolloway Marketing. With regards to our partnership with Top Development East, of which I was and am still acting as the sales manager for Trinidad and Tobago, we are on the verge of securing a proper partnership agreement where we will be the official marketing brand for Top Development East. Now, Top Development East is not a local-based organization. Top Development East is an international organization that provides steel stud, steel frame housing throughout the globe period, right? In order to access that, we have to go through training. Real estate, same. So that is how we would deal with paid advertising. We need to specifically monitor, because this is where your money is being invested, and we must get the maximum potential out of the investment. This is where we come in. We will assist you. Now, with generic advertising, it is awesome. Let me explain. We will teach you to set up your own groups, pages, and platforms. Teach you to develop content. Presently, get on Canva.
Okay, affiliates, let's take a break, and remember, please take notes. Okay, guys, back to our program.
Creating ad content is self-explanatory. Moving forward, the excuse. Well, thank you very much for waiting. So the generic advertisement, you do not need to have groups with flourishing quantities in order to create a network for leads. What you need to do is get into the groups that already exist specifically for that. Here in Trinidad and Tobago, I'm in over 200 groups designed specifically for marketing and advertising, generically. Over 200 groups. That is a potential, I would say, beyond 1 million of the populace to reach within a week. It can be done, right? I would not call the group's name due to legality. I am not a representative of these groups, and they may be registered business entities, and that could be a conflict of interest for me and my business. However, we would show you right now how to do it. You go to the group. For example, the group is called Our Island or Trinidad and Tobago marketers or business or buy and sell. The reason it is called that, if you check in the description, is because that group is by design made for advertising generically. So this is how we bypass paying ads if we cannot afford. So we get the content developed. As you would know, you need to get the ad development training. So we get this content developed, right? And then we put the content on this platform in these groups, and that would then expose it to a potential market. Because bear this in mind, even though many of the individuals coming there are there for business, they are also there with an interest. And more than often, they would see your content and would generate leads, prospects, and clients. Right? And what we are looking for is a signed contract. So that is how we would approach the marketing process on social media, primarily Facebook and LinkedIn, and there's a new app developed by Google. I cannot recall it yet, but the design is really similar. With Instagram, the only way to actually develop or advertise is unfortunately by paid advertisement. Generic advertisement would only target a small, primarily your personal friends or whatever have we, and a few people outside of that would see your content. Okay, so this is the strategy. Now, in terms of developing an ad, let's get into that immediately. This thing is so simple. I trust that you guys are recording this in some way, and do take the time to in future if you're unable to. The whole of it. So, ad development is very easy. The first thing you must pay attention to is your color coordination. You do not put a very powerful color in the midst of another very powerful color, and put it in the midst of a color that is more bright. It makes it a bit confusing to the brain. Now, if we check the psychology, because believe it or not, if you research it, the blending of colors is rooted in nature. And to make content that is appealing, it must also be rooted in nature. So if you look at things that would appeal to you in nature, like the ocean, the color coordination is what brings out the appeal, right? For example, in the midst of green, a bright red fruit is appealing. So in the midst of a green background, red content may be appealing. In the midst of a black background, gold content may be appealing. In the midst of a gold black background, you could put black content or white content that may be appealing. Color coordination is critical. Why? Because the first reaction of the consumer is to look. And if I look and I'm not satisfied with what I see in that brief moment of time, I will scroll past it. So to get the attention, we need to focus on the primitive side that they are not conscious of, according to psychology. So we must think of, so it's just this simple. How does nature blend? That's all you need to ask yourself, because art development or creating content is artistic. Believe it or not, it's an art form. So you must dig within yourself as a unique individual and say, how do I blend my colors? Well, I know coral in the midst of the blue ocean is appealing to me, a little bit of green. You follow? Now this being done would captivate the primal side of the man or woman, or generally speaking man, to be interested. The background does not necessarily have to be typed out, graphic. It can simply be just that. Nature. You want to sell houses, you go to Port of Spain or San Fernando. You want original content because you want a brand. Do a video with a high quality cam, or take a picture. Simply place a tripod, it will not move. And that's that. So that way, you do not shake your hands. Just a tip, there is a $99 store selling tripods. It's just $99. That is correct. So it's not very costly, just a tip. You may want to look into that. Now, I myself have no affiliation with a particular organization. So, moving forward, after understanding why you yourself, because you did notice what I'm saying, is attracted to these blending of colors. For example, these chairs with the silver. Why does it blend? Because this metallic steel and this royal silk or material brings out a slightly classic feel with some rose and a glass on the table and a glass table. It creates such an environment. Practice it. Look at your environment and analyze, so that when you're creating your content, whether it be a video or a photo, you would be able to do it in accordance to what appeals to you as a man. Right? Because you're the first line of judgment. Next step would be to get some feedback from friends. How does this look as a novice art developer? So that's with regards to color content. Now, sorry, I do apologize, as you guys know I'm recovering from a cold. So, with regards to the wording for flyers, primarily, and social media general content type format, what you would do, and you need to do, is understand different types of format. Now there are various different types of format. Go to Canva, study it, understand what's happening with the color coordination, because this is something you have to do, like painting, to understand what's being done. Now, I will give an example. For example, I want to make a flyer that would list my services. The first thing in the background, before I add any wording, I would create a background. That's just principle. So I put a home, a builder, a heavy equipment such as a backhoe, excavator, some sand. Not too much, because you don't want to lose the color in the back to these objects. Then you put a header. The color should contrast. For example, I put a black background, and then I put these items onto the background. This is the step: background, black. Sand pile, crop that in. Backhoe, crop that in. House, make it a little bigger, crop that in. Fine. Now remember, the background is black, so my header is red. Black and red blends, right? How your header be red alone? You basically fill out. You can't fill out an area, right? So when you type in, there's the fill option. You fill the fill area in your typed words in red, and then you put in white our services, right? You could put a company logo or the wooded company logo somewhere at the base or at the head of the actual header. That will take the place of the header, and the header of our trade services will become a subheader, right? Now you place a logo if you have a business down to the corner, and your contact information. Below the header, you list in white. Why white? Because white would pop out of black. You list your services. You say sand and gravel for sale, backhoe rental, house and land for sale, building development, maintenance services. Then you put colons, and you can get into them if you have space. Now if you're making it specific, you just list one as a subheader and you get into the details. So general maintenance, below that, below our services, general maintenance, colon, you come down and you find a nice way, whether it's just stars, and you begin to list the maintenance. Power washing, painting, electrical repairs, plumbing repairs, lawn maintenance, turf maintenance, grass maintenance, hedge, and tree cutting and so forth. What this would do, you would have created a very simple flyer with your contact information, email address, how they can reach you on whatever platforms you want to be reached at the base in small, guess what? Color. Small white, fine print. And that's that. You put that on social media. And put it on the social media platform, be sure, because you want to funnel the traffic to put your contact information. So those that see you will see your contact in big and get to you. And you now become the representative for sale or business. Your primary job is to execute sale or service, right? Get them to the point of, okay, we want to get to do the service or sale. So, with regards to service, your vision is hospitality and getting them to sign a contract. Once it's signed, it is very difficult to go back if the contract is done well. And even if they do try to pull out in the contract, because you matter, we would ensure that we take a fee if they try to come out. So ensure that you and your financial requirements are met, and that your work and my work and our work does not go to waste. So that you got the flyer. Now, call cards are simple. You could use a photo of yourself. You could use things associated with the business like cameras, if you're a CCTV technician, whatever it is the camera gems. The camera gem. Okay. Alright. So whatever it is your business is, you're putting that on your call card in image, not much. This is a very small item. your contact information, the name of your organization, or your own name, you can run a business.
Okay, affiliates, let's take a break and remember, please take notes. Okay guys, back to our program.
In your name as a small businessman or woman, you can run your business as an entrepreneur. So you put just that. If you're a doctor, Dr. So and so. If you're a plumber, Mr. So and so, plumber, 25 years experience. This is important to lay down your credentials, the critical things from the credentials, for example, the amount of years of experience, the educational background, if any, on the call card. If not, flip the script and do such an outstanding call card. It moves people to call you, because we have to start somewhere. Your contact information, because you want to create that funnel. Come to my phone, because I want to bring you to a contract, or I want to bring you to a point of sale. So it's the same thing. No matter what content you put out there, you have one mission in mind. With hospitality. So that is with regards to call card, which is outside of social media, but it is very helpful because the said call card could bring clients to social media where they will not only see one of your business ventures, but all of them, and increase your potential clients. Right? So now, gifts. With regards to these mini motion clips, Canva, you can animate, or animations, you can animate any part of your content, backgrounds, contents in the backgrounds, like images that you would crop, wordings, you can get them to flip, slide, scroll. Just make sure that it is in sync. Synchronization is critical. If I have an animation moving in the background that is distorting my wording, I am not going to animate the background. Because the goal is not to just entice the potential client or the prospect, but get them to the point where they read and understand and come to you, and then we know what's next. What's next is simple. Hospitality, get them to the point of signing a contract or making a sale. Moving forward, so we understand how to do animated gifts. It's not very difficult. Same format. Just go in the options below on the screen, or however your app for editing is developed, and animate it. But make sure it is done sequentially. And if it is harmonized, it does not distort the reading or the opportunity to read. So moving forward, short videos. A short video for social media can be done in today's world very easily. Very, very easily. What matters is that you have something that says, I'm standing out, I'm captivating, I am the moment, going on at a point in time. Or it doesn't matter if it's city, cool, whatever, but it must be captivating. It can also be very serious, very professional. It depends on your characteristics and mannerisms. So dig deep inside. What am I good at in terms of who I am emotionally? Am I a serious guy? Am I spontaneous? Am I all of these things? And that is what would foundation your videos as an entrepreneur. If you're doing live streams and whatnot. Now, if you have the finance, you can hire entertainers. You can, if you have the resource, you can use the environment as a platform to captivate or lead the, the viewer to a better understanding of what is being sold. So if, let's say I am a backhoe operator. While I'm at work, I give John, my assistant, or the Corey man, the camera phone for 5 minutes and show the people what I just do. Back. And then you tell them pause a day. And then you come now out of the backhoe, so you're making short sections. So you do a piece of that, you come now and say, for all your backhoe needs, give Ruplan Singh, or whatever your name is, a call today, 686, blah, 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 blah. Our prices are the best because it's so, and guess what? Some kind of big something to make them think. If quantity is more, we come down, so it'll be like, oh, so if I were 10 yard sand or backfill, no, yeah, 8 yards is $400, but I could get it for 2. You follow me? So you must have a gig, that is called a gig, integrated into your video and your content. And review your content, always get second opinions. Just basically generically paid. And this is how simple social media marketing is fundamental. Right? So don't do like me and go and get a video from cruise ship and who are getting video from China and Africa and the US. Costly. I'm doing this to maintain the highest caliber because I don't want to be caught up with the competition. I am too experienced. So when you join the team, the benefits are outrageous with top developmentees. With top developmentees, currently the commission for me and my organization is 5%. I'm inviting you to 1.5% to 3%. No, you would be rated by performance. We pay you for your work. And this is not to condescend anyone, but to encourage progress in the midst of the affiliates. Now, you may say it's unfair. No, it's not. If you have a business and 10 people are just absolute waste, right? And you know, well, you have to be there behind them the most energy. And you're not getting it back. 1.5% for you, that's what you would. You can pay a man according to his weight. Right? And then you have a group now where, not bad, they're trying, they're getting sales every month. 2%, 2.5%, something. More than likely 2%, not 2.5%. And then you have outstanding work, people in the organization, affiliates that have a drive and zeal and the charisma and the mental fortitude to get contracts done, to get sales done. You worth a lot to us. We love you. And I guess you guys deserve it. So you bring in 20 clients a month, all right, 3%, you're worth it. Because even if we pay you more for your endeavor, and we take less, we are not losing, you are not losing. Because you're worth it. Right? Now, because I'm also area manager for Papua New Guinea, which is something that we have been working on, and that does not concern us too much. In future, is my intention to integrate higher level positions. For affiliates that are outstanding, they would be in a position responsible for juniors, junior affiliate, senior affiliate. Their earnings would be greater with much certainty. And the reason for that is simple. Based on the current system in place, where we have the Dolloway marketing executive and the affiliates, because it's almost like communist. We are not trying to create a downline. It must just be 3 phases, 1, 2, 3, right? So to speak. In future, presently just 1, 2. this is good for you. Until we expand to the point where we need to bring others into the inner circle and increase their revenue, we have no need to go beyond us. It's basically commerce. And it's very equal and it's very welcoming. So getting into the figures, let's say I sell a TDE home valued at 100,000 TTO, 1 million, 1 million TTO. And we know 5% of that is going to be 50,000, not so. Are my figures correct? Chums? It's going to be 50,000. The reason for that, 5,000 has 3 zeros, 50,000 has 4. 1 million has 6 zeros, good. So it's 50,000. Now imagine you walking away with half of it for one sale. Imagine you make for us across the world, right? As per discussions with people, so I believe this is the direction we make. You make a sale anyway, and you make for the month 20 sales of houses valued at 1 million, right? That is TT. Consider if it were in the US, 1 million. Now this 6 point, how much the exchange rate is at the point of escrow or contract. Because based on the contract, you will get paid. So the day the contract signed and the figures there, the client have to produce that money. We get a percentage paid. What can you want more than that in terms of residual income? Now, that is the big fish. Now, for those of you that may not be versatile in terms of this particular field, because marketing, I strongly suggest you dive into as many avenues as possible. The wider you're on it, the greater your potential will be. Right? If you could sell cameras or camera installation services from my company, Pong Pong Bang Construction Trade and Marketing, or you got local houses that are not steel free or smart. And you would learn why top development houses are smart, because of the design. It's very, very strong. High velocity, high rise. Buildings can be built out of these particular this particular design. Mr. Top being a very first and advanced engineer, right? They developed a specific design that was actually cleared according to Building Code internationally. Right, so moving back to the other resources, you could work within the Dolloway, the Pom Pom Bar, and get other structures, so you have much options. You can get maintenance work, you have options there. Now, that would be a percentage based on the actual job, because usually these jobs are so small in terms of per job. Right, so in terms of finance, the finance is less. Right, so it would be different. We may say, yes, the money will be smaller, sorry, but the actual percentage may be a little more. So let's say, all right, you got us a job to do a loan maintenance job in somewhere in the East West or wherever, because we only focusing on the East West and not far west, not far east, right? You get us a job in this area to do cameras, whatever the case is. Let's say it's a maintenance job, and you say, I have a client here, a client there. They want this done, X, Y, Z. I say, well, we need to go and see the job. Or they could send us, we could do a video call and they could take us through technology so we don't waste finance. And see what each job is about, discuss it, even record it, which is great for both of us to prevent any hiccups along the way. And they say the value, we say the value of this job is 500 rupees or 400 rupees, right? And you say, you know, we'll give 10%, which is $40, but you're getting so much of these, it adding up, right? And or we say let's give you 15%, which is $60, because it could be done. Then, over time, even though the more difficult sale isn't being secured, you would have been securing little bit, which is your income. Whether if it's cameras, it's more. Let's say the job is $4,000, $16,000, $20,000. You get 10, 15%. The reason we do this is simple. You are required to gather information and bring it to us and make sure the deal is certain. It must not be a thing where we, all right, look, this man, and we had a follow up, and it must be that you are certain that the possibility is extremely high that this is going to be done. Now, we are not going to hold you accountable. Do not be afraid. If you bring clients to us and they waste our time, we understand that this is always how it would be, having much of a year's experience in business. So this is with regards to your commission. Now that you understand where we're at, commission, what must be done social media wise, we would after this training, we would be selling these contents, and this is not for distribution by any means, right? So Hat Security, Mrs. Henry, will provide a follow-up training. Again, this is very costly. When I saw her price list for these cyber security training, it is ridiculous. You guys, it is not free because it's free and it's not. It is very important. Not because you didn't lose, we must lose. We are trying to help you. And this is why we have resorted to charge, because of the low payment, right? And it is at my discretion to assist any member here that shows the willingness to learn and grow, because we and our vision at Dolloway Marketing is to assist those that are serious about business and developing themselves financially as human beings. So that's it for today's segment. I trust that you guys would have learned something. We provide some other documents and other training for you guys in the future. Do stay blessed.